Is Andrew Tate a narcissist? Speaking of narcissism, Andrew Tate is usually someone that pops up in someone's mind. His over-the-top belief in himself and consistent delivery of derogatory remarks on distinct matters are concrete proof of his narcissism. Andrew Tate, an alpha male who is infamous for his notorious misogynistic inferences, has tailored the craft of selling male chauvinism and anti-women hype entitled as The Good Life. He is candid about his unhealthy beliefs and is dubbed as King of Toxic Masculinity. He pursues polygamy and does not believe in settling his life with a single woman. He lives in Romania and has managed to attract the limelight by addressing different topics very flippantly. Who is Andrew Tate? Emery Andrew Tate III was born on the 1st of December 1986, which makes him 35 years old today. He was born in Illinois and is American-British. By profession, he is a former kickboxer, YouTube sensation, sports anchor person, and businessman with a net worth of $250 million. He participated in weightlifting competitions and won the World Championship. He has tested his skills in both cruiserweight and supercruiser weightlifting divisions. He has also bested the ISKA World Championship 3 times, which is certainly applaudable and depicts his intensely diligent and tenacious nature. He has diverse interests and has spread his wings as a video creator. He entertains his audience through 2 channels, which he named Tate Speech and Tate Confidential. The theme of his content is podcast-based and video blogging. He engages the public by showcasing his lifestyle videos and candid talk show featuring his younger brother, Tristan Tate. Not only is he a hot topic on YouTube, but he also rules Instagram, Twitter, and other social media sites. You won't be surprised to learn that his foul mouth and queer views have made him the most Googled celebrity worldwide. Let us interest you with his financial life. Recently, he collaborated with the well-known streamer Aiden Ross and spilled the tea regarding his stake. In a live stream, he claimed he is the first trillionaire. Andrew poured out his words regarding his first million, which he made when he was 27 years old. Later, he revealed he earned his first $100 million in his early 30s, and he says, "I was broke for a long time. I made my first million when I was 27, and then I had $100 million by the time I was 31, 32. Then I became a trillionaire quite recently." He bested Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates in becoming the first trillionaire. As most of us would expect, the major sum of his stake goes into buying luxury cars like Bugatti, McLaren, Aston Martin, and many more. Although he pursued his career as a kickboxer, his earnings are derived from multiple sources of income comprising some European casinos. Hustler University is his self-found university, where he turns over a course through which he claims to teach his students the ways to be rich. The course is very creatively titled, How to Make Money. The students are obliged to pay the sign-in fees and sign into the course. The students are rewarded 50% of the fees if they fetch their friends to the forum. Tate claims the university is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The Tate brothers hired a team of millionaires, and the objective was to gather them and let them share their story of success while guiding others on how to become rich. According to the reports, almost 80,000 students have signed into the program and are paying monthly fees of $49. The rest of the businesses that Andrew has include casino firm, the War Room, webcam business, and OnlyFans management. The Hustler University yields $4 million to the Tate brothers every month. Additionally, the total worth of Hustler University is $300 million. His passion for kickboxing vanished into thin air when he was disillusioned with not being paid enough, so he left to look for new opportunities to earn and become rich. His casino stuffs his bank account with millions of dollars every month, and his YouTube videos are also adding piles to his wealth. According to some reports, he makes $10,000 to $80,000 per month from his YouTube videos. After he left kickboxing, he went into the business of creating controversies and attracting cults. He surfaced in the media for the first time when he appeared in a reality show, Big Brother, in 2016. It was his first appearance as a regular person and not as a sportsman in public. He attracted public attention when he was seen beating a fellow female participant in the show. The show concluded with an ongoing controversy of Andrew beating a woman with a belt. While the public was agitated, Tate narrated another side of the story. He claimed that the beating was part of the character play and is scripted. He says that the voice of the woman's laughter was yanked intentionally to spark rage. He further explained that the last part of the video was also doctored, where the female character was beating Andrew and they both were playing an antic and relishing in it. He released his statement on Facebook. They cut out all the sound cause she's laughing in the video, and they cut off the end of the video where she gets the belt and hits me back while we're both laughing. What BS. It was 2012 and we were having a laugh. He never failed at disappointing the feminists and made statements that are hard to stomach. Following the most sensitive issue of the Me Too movement, he gave a remark where he defended the feats of harassment, as he said, "Sexual harassment is disgusting and inexcusable. However, a man looking at you or whistling at you or asking your name isn't harassment." To add pain to the injury, he further stated, "If you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility," which is beyond obscene. Following his vicious and ignorant statements, Twitter suspended his account, giving the netizens a break from his masculine toxicity. Now Andrew has again snuck back into the virtual bubble, and his anti-woman propaganda seems to never end. To respond to his ban on Twitter, he blabbered about the cancel culture like, "I don't agree with being banned. People get banned from Twitter all the time and make new profiles. I'm not inciting violence, promoting terrorism, or harassing anyone. This is censorship of free speech. I've never had specific tweets banned or have been cautioned." Tate's popularity never spiked only after a single incident on social media, but a trail of notorious events owned the credit for his fame or infamy. Andrew cooked another controversy when his narcissist urge compelled him to call out Jake Paul for a fight. He challenged Paul, "I don't dislike him, I understand him, but I want to make something clear. I would still kick the living F out of Jake Paul. I'm not some washed-up UFC fighter and I'm not smaller than him. I would beat the living S out of him, and if he wants to fight, I'll fight him any day of the effing week. He's very smart with his 'I'm just a YouTuber' angle." His words vividly depict the extent of his grandiosity and his narcissism as he calls out the fellow fighter for a fight. His choice of words is concrete proof of how he thinks of himself. The "I will fight him any day of the week" portrays his insane premise on his skills and physique. He disregards Paul's skills to fight and speaks low of him, which shows he holds a superiority complex. "I offered him $3 million at the time. I don't think it's about money for him. I think it's about credibility and fame. Him fighting me is a massive risk for him." One of the most horrific controversies that circulated was his indulging in human trafficking. His webcam business provides a service where you can reach out to women. He can be seen in multiple videos bragging about the sum of money his employees have earned. When one of his employees puked on the bed and legitimately couldn't work, he threw her out and tossed her belongings out the window. This act depicts how inferior he considers others and his boosted sense of self-admiration, as he narrated this incident in a podcast. Andrew conferred a mind-boggling reason for his emigration to Romania, saying Romania has a feeble legal base for the Me Too allegations. "I like Eastern Europe as a whole because corruption is far more accessible." In a similar event, he admits it is painless to buy the cops in Romania, which does not impede his business activities and does not clash with his personal habits. In another episode of his podcast, Andrew further elucidated his living in Romania. "Western society is degraded and corrupt," he said. "There is something that very much angers me about the Western world. I don't like the way it functions and operates." Andrew lives in Western Europe where his webcam business flourishes. Nonetheless, he does not like Western Europe and utters hostile remarks against it. Andrew is accused of human trafficking and is currently on bail. After the police broke into his home for such allegations, he posted his picture on a bogus interrogation office with a caption, "Officer, I think we can all agree that women love to lie." Not only that he mocked the legal system, but also disgustingly derogated women. His woman-hater remarks portray him as someone who is void of rationality. In another incident, when he witnessed a woman taking a wrongful U-turn, he questioned himself why women are allowed to drive, which was fortunately retorted by Piker, and during the discussion, Andrew blew our minds with another belittling statement. "Women can't drive. If that upsets geeks like you, I don't give an F. That's what I say. If it upsets people though, that's my personal experience. You are going to have to get the F over it." He does not tend to respect others' perspectives and pours his thoughts in a very nasty way. He massively relies on his beliefs and does not regard or shows meager respect for others' point of view, which is viciously narcissistic. Most of his beliefs are based on sweeping generalizations, and he does not look into the broader picture when articulating a certain matter. In another podcast, Tate stated that he will never spend time with women who chant for equal gender rights. "The exact kind of woman that I would never give my time of day to," said Tate. In a similar podcast, you can hear Tate plainly comparing women to dogs and children. Following such assertions, any psychiatrist would diagnose him as a profusely narcissistic person. Despite all these statements, Tate thinks of himself a feminist, which calls for the need to ask him his definition of feminism. We have given what we think are valid reasons why we think Tate is a narcissistic person, but is there another angle of the picture to look at? What do you think? Please grace us with your point of views about the matter, and also don't forget to like the video. If it's your first time on our channel, welcome. You just found one of the most intriguing channels online. Please make sure to subscribe, and we will do our best to provide you with the most informative videos to keep you updated with worldly affairs. We'll see you guys next time.